People often ask me, what's the difference between Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and Jiu Jitsu?
Okay.
So,
Start with that.
let's rewind the tape. Let's go back a long time. How many times did I say long?
This week on Vancouver Real, we have black belt Brazilian Jiu Jitsu instructor Jeff Meszaros.
No one actually does. Meszaros, here I'll begin an endless series of amusing anecdotes. Meszaros is actually a Hungarian word that means meat cutter. You know, butcher, the guy that cuts the meat.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure, and I don't actually speak Hungarian, although I didn't know till I was like 15. My father spoke Hungarian, and one day I saw him speaking Hungarian with my grandmother, and I was like, you didn't teach me how to speak Hungarian? It's a useful skill. Anyway, Meszaros in Hungarian is actually pronounced more like a Meszaros kind of thing.
This S and the Z go sha.
Yeah, right. And I heard like old people in my family saying that, and I was like, no, Meszaros. But
Yeah,
apparently that's
Meszaros.
a horrible mispronunciation of the Hungarian word for butcher. Well, you know, some children are good at this, some children are good at that, but like when you get down to it, there's what you like doing and what you don't like doing. And if you like doing something, then you do it. And eventually, if you do it enough, you probably get pretty good at it. You know what I mean? And when that is added to maybe already you have a natural flair for it, then that makes maybe something special. No, you know what? It's interesting. Like, people assume that when you have a black belt or multiple black belts, that you're some just like assassin murderer. But two things. One, you're really way too tired after doing martial arts to attack anybody.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
It gets out all that monkey energy.
Yeah, you just, after wrestling with someone who's trying to kill you for a couple hours, you just want to sit down, have a kombucha, and just sort of stare at the setting sun. Like, when you do martial arts, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu especially, you must learn to be humble immediately. And if you can't become humble, if you can't stand that, then man, you're not gonna last. You're not gonna last. And basically, the very best position is when you're behind somebody with your legs wrapped around them, because then, like,
they can't hurt you.
Yeah, all their phasers and photon torpedoes are pointing forwards, and you're behind them. You know, and apologies to Star Trek fans if the Enterprise had some photon torpedoes pointing backwards, which I'm sure it did.
They did.
Okay, whatever. Back to my analogy. You don't. All your weapons point forwards.
You get headbutt.
Yeah, that doesn't really work.
No. Yeah, it's true.
You know, when you're behind a guy choking him, that's the thing. It's funny. People that don't do martial arts, I call some of them I refer to them as the yeah butts. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, if I was behind you, yeah, but I could headbutt you. Yeah, but this, yeah, but that's. Like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'd like to add at this point, it sounds horribly violent, doesn't it? It really sounds bad. But jiu-jitsu is actually Japanese for the gentle art, as I've already said. And one of the beautiful things about jiu-jitsu that I quite like is it allows you to win a fight without hurting the person. Because if you take a dude's back, put your arm around his neck and choke him, he goes to sleep. He wakes up later and he feels better. It's like he's gone for a float.